If you literally do not have a friend like Candace Owens, please shift. Go to the back seats. Let people that have friends like Candace Owens come to the front. I'm sorry if you guys are hearing a lot of noise in my background or brrr. You guys should know that our situation in this country, we are in God's hands. Anyways, if you literally do not have a friend like Candace Owens, I wonder what you're keeping friends for. Because I don't know why this lady has decided to be that bone that ERIKA KIRK cannot swallow. She have decided that if not until she gets justice for her best friend, she will never be at peace. Guys, surprisingly, what we are hearing now is something went wrong, went down with ERIKA KIRK when she was 25 years old and a 15 years old. It's just a whole lot to deal with. But anyways, I don't want you guys to hear from my mouth. I want you guys to hear from the horse's mouth, the narration. You guys know the way I do my things. Credit belongs to the original creator of every single clip and stitches I'm going to be using in today's episode. And I'll go ahead and roll out the full clips on what you can actually learn so that you can listen very well and understand before I go ahead to roll out some other reactions as well. Disclaimers, this is just for educational purpose. I didn't say it, okay? Someone said it, and I feel it's interesting and it's education as well. Let's get right into it, guys. I'll be back with commentaries. Let's go watch.
Because Baron Coleman had a bit of a viral episode regarding a seemingly weird relationship that ERIKA had with a then 15-year-old girl named Jillian. ERIKA was 25 years old at the time, and they developed a relationship that some people believe amounted to a type of grooming. Now, Baron Coleman was very clear. He gave specific instructions to his viewers not to reach out to Jillian, who is now an adult, about the situation. And I, for some reason, was unable to follow these simple instructions. I reached out to her immediately. I don't know what's wrong with me. So today, obviously, like I said, is our last episode before we take a week off air, pulling things together for our ERIKA KIRK biographical series. Working title, Fatal Attraction? I'm kidding. Maybe I'm kidding. We don't know. Speaking of a fatal attraction, something that has been doing the rounds on social media, thanks to, first and foremost, a YouTuber by the name of Nicey. So full credit to Nicey. And then, of course, Baron Coleman picked it up. I love it. We're all just pooling information. And here we are. Is regarding this relationship that ERIKA had over, it looks like social media. A lot of it played out over social media. And I'm just going to actually cut to Nicey here, who's going to unpack it for you. And to give you a little bit of background, it's 2013, and therefore ERIKA has just completed her year as Miss Arizona, and she's 25 years old at the time, ERIKA is. And now you're going to learn how she met Jillian. Take a listen.
Back in 2013, ERIKA was 25 years old, and she was in a relationship with a basketball player named Joshua Harrelson. So at the time, he was living in Michigan, and ERIKA moved out there to be with him. On the evening of September 15, 2013, Joshua Harrelson and ERIKA met a 15-year-old girl named Jillian Falcon. And I know this because Jillian tweeted about it. At 3:53 p.m., Jillian tweeted that she was out for sushi with her friend, and 2 hours later, she tweeted, "Just met Miss Arizona and Josh Harrelson, heart eyes emoji." Now, I'm not sure if Jillian coincidentally bumped into ERIKA and Joshua or if they were introduced. What I do know is that Jillian had a friend, and the friend's grandparents were renting a home to ERIKA in Michigan. So I'm not entirely sure if all of these people just bumped into each other coincidentally at the sushi restaurant or if they were formally introduced, but nonetheless, they met, and ERIKA struck up what I view as a very odd relationship with the 15-year-old girl named Jillian.
So I can help clarify. I can build on that. Like I said, I spoke with Jillian, and that information, part of that information is very accurate. It was about payment for rent, and that is how Jillian meets ERIKA KIRK. She opens the door. She's presumably living with or visiting her boyfriend at the time, and she sees ERIKA KIRK, and she thinks, oh my gosh, this girl, 25-year-old girl, is so beautiful. And ERIKA is extremely kind to her, and they start speaking. And somehow, and Jillian does not recall how this transpired, somehow during this rent arrangement, ERIKA and her exchange numbers. Okay. So what happens next is they begin messaging each other, a texting relationship, and across social media, making comments on each other, one another's posts. And in the beginning, it seems fine enough, I guess. The conversation is polite, maybe something that you might expect to see between someone who has some level of notoriety or fame and one of their fans over social media. But then it picks up, just as Nicey indicates. It picks up, and I am going to allow you to listen to her explain what then transpires. And I would also, again, like to reinforce the fact that this girl, Jillian, is 15 years old and ERIKA is 25. It's worth mentioning that at this point in her biography, ERIKA is also working with sex trafficking charities. This is that year where she says that she got involved with a sex trafficking charity over in China. I'll have more for you on that next week, but take it away, Nicey.
On February 13th, 2014, Jillian replied to one of Erika's tweets by saying, at Erika Francvi, gorgeous as always. A few hours later, she then tweeted, why did at Erika Francvi just send me this? Laughing emojis. And there is a photo which says, this Valentine's Day, I am going to touch your butt. Jillian posted this tweet on March 6, 2014. So Erika says, let me call you. Hold on, sweetheart. Give me a sex. Wow. And then Jillian says, okay, and puts laughing emojis. Erika then says, sec. Sex too, but not from you, lol. Holy laughing emoji. You always make me laugh. I don't bat for the other team just yet. On March 13th, 2014, Jillian shared another screenshot of her text messages with Erika. Erika says, I forgot to tell you, hydrate tonight. No alcohol, and don't eat a lot of salty foods. You don't want to look bloated. Jillian then responds, thank you. Erika says, no alcohol. Really, Erika? Age recognition, you twat waffle. Apparently, I haven't had my coffee yet. What the hell, Erika? Laughing emoji. Well, on that bite, ... Note, damn you, Siri. Come on, hashtag the struggle. What are you trying to say, laughing emoji? Spit it out, you twat waffle. On the morning of March 26, 2014, Jillian tweeted, I just want to be somebody's woman crush Wednesday. Is that too much to ask? That evening, she then tweets, thank you at Erika Francvi for making my whole week, and she shares this photo, and the photo is of a gnome, and it says, I want to be inside your lady garden. Know what I'm saying? On April 3rd, 2014, Jillian tweeted this picture and said, I miss this goon. A few minutes later, she tweeted, did Erika just text me, hashtag no new friends? Oh my fucking god, I can't. A few days later, on April 5th, 2014, Jillian posted this tweet, getting this in the mail from Erika Francvi. And in the photo is a red box of chocolate-covered strawberries and other chocolate desserts. And the card in the photo says this, happy sweet 16, beautiful girl. Keep strong in faith and know that you're loved. But most of all, never forget that you are perfect and amazing just the way you are. I am so proud of you. Today is the first day of another 365-day journey around the sun. Enjoy the trip, boo. Love you, E. On June 7, 2014, Jillian shared this tweet. This has to be the most heartfelt compliment I've ever gotten. And she attached a screenshot of her conversation with Erika. So Jillian says, thank you. Erika says, you have the most stunning features. Jillian says, best compliment ever. Erika says, your eyes, your lips, your skin, you're absolutely beautiful. Jillian responds with a crying emoji, you're making me cry. In February of 2014, Jillian went on a family trip to Puerto Rico, and Erika was liking and commenting on her Instagram posts. So Jillian posted this photo of the beach, and Erika says, unreal gorgeous. And then Jillian responds, this is by far my favorite picture I took. My mom wants to get it blown up at Erika Francvi. Erika responds, I could see why, boo. Jillian responds, so perfect at Erika Francvi. Erika then responds, ... Yes, I know you are.
I'm just going to follow that with a little bit of silence. I just want us to all contemplate it. Let's actually contemplate it for the people who are going to try to explain it, the Erika explainers, who are going to be like, that's not weird. No. What? Never been a 25-year-old sending chocolate-covered strawberries to a 15-year-old? That's not weird. You guys are haters. No, what? Oh, come on. You've never, as a 25-year-old, decided to message a 15-year-old about their lips and their skin and how perfect they are. You never decided to message them when they posted a photo of them with a person that's their age and said, no new friends. Almost like territorial, like, or that's obviously all just a joke or something like that. By the way, just in general, going back to how they met, I'm trying to rationalize in my head, under what scenario, if a 15-year-old, if you opened the door and a 15-year-old was there, would you exchange numbers with them? Like, I'm trying to rationalize. Maybe if they were with their parent and they were like, the parents were like, he was looking for a job. Like, I don't know if you need like a babysitter. You guys want to go to dinner for a couple of hours, sort of a thing, maybe. But I'd probably take the parent's number. Yeah, I would definitely take the parents' number. I actually can't rationalize that. So I'm throwing that out because sometimes people in the chat can be more creative than me. And they can say, oh, no, it's totally normal to exchange numbers to the 15-year-olds and then kind of have this relationship with them where you're commenting and saying, making lesbian jokes. I don't, swing for the next team yet. Is that appropriate to say to a 15-year-old when you're 25? Come on. Where are my Erika explainers in the chat? I want to hear it. It's a time to be alive. Everyone's explaining Jeffrey Epstein and all of his friends. Go ahead. Go for it. I think it's fine. Go ahead. I want to hear it. There's so much that disturbs me about that. But again, when I first was going, everything is wrong here. That's my natural intuition. I didn't want to then extrapolate and jump to conclusions until I spoke with Jillian. On the off chance that maybe it is my personal senses, having learned everything about Erika's background, maybe my personal senses about Erika might be clouding my judgment. Maybe there was a perfectly reasonable explanation for that sort of relationship. Maybe she really is just such an amazing person by the time she's 25 years old. Such a strong and faithful Christian that she wants a 15-year-old to feel sexy or something. And I also want to note that this particular 15-year-old at this time, what we know based off of Jillian's tweets, is that she doesn't have a father in her life, okay? She tweeted this in June of 2014. I haven't seen my dad over 2 years, okay? The reason why I want to point that out is because Charlie Kirk and I did a lot on the road discussing father absence and how these teenagers and children are instantly more vulnerable to tons of things, getting involved in the wrong networks, criminal activity. You need a father in the home. So I just find it interesting that it's a good fact to know about this girl at this time. Maybe her father's in her life since. I don't know. I didn't ask her. But I told you I called her. I instantly reached out because sometimes I just can't follow instructions the right way. And I asked her about how she felt about it 10 years removed from a situation. And she responded exactly how you might expect. She said at the time, as a 15-year-old, She was blown away by this amazingly beautiful, older, semi-famous person that was giving her all of this attention. And for clarity, I am completely empathetic to that position and experience as a younger girl, obviously. I correlated to how I felt. I think I told you guys in the past about Christina Aguilera when she first dropped. And then I was obsessed with her when I was 13, 14 years old. My mom put me on punishment because I was so obsessed with Christina Aguilera. Christina Aguilera, at that point in my life, maybe if my mom had not punished me for idolatry, but at that point in my life, I'm racing home to watch TRL because I got to make sure she's number one. Christina Aguilera had then given me tons of attention. I'd be like, oh, I can't even believe this. Christina Aguilera is giving me attention. She probably could have manipulated me into a lot of things because my brain would not have been developed. This is normal tween to early teen emotions and passion. And it's precisely, if you track my work, what has always been my biggest gripe with Taylor Swift, even though I like her music, it's because I find that she harnesses the power of that tween emotion to get business deals done. Yeah.
ERIKA KIRK exchanging inappropriate text messages with a 15-year-old girl. I saw a video today, and I will tag the creator here, who posted about some ex posts between a 15-year-old girl at the time and ERIKA KIRK, who was 25. Allegedly, they were exchanging inappropriate, at least she was, sending inappropriate text messages. I'll put some screenshots of that in here. I have learned about her has been against my will, although I am very interested in the Charlie Kirk situation of what happened on 9/10. The deep dive of ERIKA KIRK and everything new each week, I was not expecting that. Did he even know who he was married to? Because I really do not think so. If you saw that video, what did you think about it? Do you think it was grooming with the G? Let me know.
So it's alleged that ERIKA KIRK was having an inappropriate relationship via text message with a 15-year-old girl that she had met at a restaurant. I've seen some of the texts. I've seen some of the memes that were sent, and they were very, very inappropriate. Now, could you imagine if that would have been Charlie Kirk sending those? What would everybody be thinking right now, right? I think I know why that happened to Charlie. I think he found out about his wife's character, her true colors, and he confronted her on it. Now, this is just my theory. And that when he confronted her on it, she couldn't hide it. And that put a big split in that relationship. And before he could proceed with doing what needs to be done, or what would have needed to be done, she solved that problem and took over Turning Point USA. Just my theory. Who knows? We'll find out what happens later on down the road. But what are your thoughts? Drop it in the comment. Do you think that these are real text messages? And if so, how do you see her now? And how do you see what happened to Charlie Kirk? Does it change your mind?
And then we learned, while she's gathering this random experience, apparently she lived in a state I didn't know about. She lived in Michigan at some point. I was unaware. She was dating a professional basketball player. I think he played for the Detroit Pistons. Later, she dated a professional baseball player. I just look at all of this and think, what's she really doing? What was she really doing? Because as she's dating the basketball player and as she's coming of age and allegedly gathering these experiences, running this nonprofit that doesn't really make any money and doing the streetwear and the apparel company or not making really any money at any of it from what I can tell, carrying on with at least one underage person that we now know of in a very weird fashion. A very bizarre set of exchanges, both publicly and privately. And I look at that and I think that strikes me as the type of behavior one would learn from somebody. That strikes me as, they say abused kids sometimes go on to be abusing adults, abusers. And the reason is because that's kind of how their brain gets wired. They know that's what they know is normal. If that cycle doesn't get broken, sometimes it goes on to the next generation. I wonder, is Erika's interaction, it's just my opinion, is Erika's interaction with that young girl the result of how she was treated? Did she have those experiences?
Y'all, I don't even know where to start. There is so much about ERIKA KIRK and Candace Owens reports and this 15-year-old that she allegedly was like SE-Xting kind of ish back and forth. So allegedly, before the assassination of Charlie Kirk, he had taken Erika out of his will. So therefore, anything that TPSA earns or did earn or will earn does not go to her, but it goes to the kids. And why was she removed from the will, mind you ask? Well, allegedly, it's because of an affair that Erika Kirk was having. Now, that's a shock because, as you could tell, or allegedly, it appeared that she was very much in love with her husband as she spoke so highly of him. But apparently, her saying that he was the only person in her life is also false. She had multiple boyfriends, multiple serious relationships, but the latest allegations are her texting back and forth, very lewd and sort of like pedophile-ish text with a 15-year-old talking about her lips, her hair, her eyes, her figure. And when the girl posts about this new friend of hers that she was excited about, Erika posts #no new friends. So first, she's taken out of the will. So nothing that she earns, including all this really expensive merch she's selling, will she get funds for. But also, who is this affair with? And why is she saying that Charlie was her only when she had multiple serious boyfriends, even was on like Summer House or one of those reality shows? But also, like, now this stuff about her texting a 15-year-old, like there are text upon text upon text, like actual receipts, actual screenshots, actual messages between Erika and a 15-year-old. What the blank is wrong with her? Like what's going on here? Like, I don't even know what to think, but Candace doesn't go without receipts, and she's got thousands of them. So she also says she needs to be questioned for the unaliving, like taken in by the police and questioned. What are your thoughts about all of this? Y'all, there's so much more to come, but just wanted to pick your brain. Have a great night. Happy Galentine's, Valentine's. God bless.
ERIKA KIRK is alleged to have groomed a 15 to 16-year-old child from 2013 to 2014. I'm going to double down with an all of this is alleged. I'm not actually making a claim in this video. I'm just going to show you guys a bunch of tweets from before 2014 and let us all come to our own conclusions. 2 accounts you need to be aware of. We have this Twitter user and we have ERIKA KIRK's old Twitter account. I'm redacting the name because after doing just a little bit of research, to me, it seems really likely that this girl was aged 15 to 16 at the time of these interactions. But we have this account and we have ERIKA KIRK's now private account she had with her maiden name. And you might be thinking, where's the proof if her account is private? The account this lady ran while she was high school aged is not. As I show you these tweets, keep in mind that this girl is anywhere from 15 to 16 and ERIKA KIRK would have been 25 at this time. Our timeline starts in 2013 where it appears our teenage victim reaches out to Erika on Twitter after meeting her. And then we have a bunch of, if you ask me, one-sided displays of affection from the teenager. And while we can't see how or if Erika is responding just yet, at this point in the timeline, what I can say is either this girl's feelings are getting reinforced or she is applying pressure to a lady 10 years her senior in a way Erika probably should have checked if they were in contact. And as the timeline goes on, it seems more obvious that that was the case and that they were in contact. I could really keep going with examples from November to February, but this tweet from around Valentine's Day in 2014 really paints a picture. Why did Erika send me this? The tweet says, and it's a Finding Nemo meme straight up out of the Epstein playbook. If I'm being straight up with you guys, especially when you consider she is 25 sending this to who we would 2 months down the line find out was a 15-year-old based on the chocolate-covered strawberries she sent to this teenage girl when she turned 16. You might think that sounds crazy, but the timeline gets the most insane in June of 2014. This now 16-year-old is stone cold posting screenshots of their conversations. Pause to read. Needless to say, not appropriate between a 16 and a 25-year-old. Just if you ask me.
All right, welcome back. So I assume everybody knew that this video was coming, where I was going to cover ERIKA KIRK's little conversation relationship with this 15-year-old that Nissy Social covered, and I saw Barron was covering it, and I'm sure I heard some other people covered it as well. But this is weird. This is weird. I feel like ERIKA KIRK is 18 different people, and I honestly feel like I can't even take my hypothesis from one day and then apply it to the next day because it's so all over the place. And I will say this also, I have been fair to her, very, very fair. And I have always tried to find a way to give her the benefit of the doubt in basically every single situation. This one, it's only conversations, but as many people are pointing out, it feels like, you know, and I agree with them straight up. I agree with them. The way that she spoke to this
person, and the conversation continuing after a certain point is unbelievable. And we're going to get into all of that in a second. Now, check this out, though. Before we get into that, I just stumbled on some other stuff here that Barron was posting. So Barron posted 612 weeks ago, as of May of 2014. Was anyone else aware ERIKA KIRK was very involved with political affairs in Washington, D.C.? And what he's citing here, right here, is the post commented on is from May 16th, 2014. And it says, I have several white ink tattoos, and I'm a working professional in the entertainment industry, nonprofit world, and very involved with political affairs in Washington, D.C. When tattoos are tasteful, they are considered a form of art, not a distraction that hinders your job opportunities. I mean, listen, the idea that tattoos can't impact your chances of getting a job that's absurd. Of course they can. And I don't know whose advice she is giving that to, or who she's giving that advice to. And maybe it's only because this is in the context of what I know is coming in the conversation with a 15-year-old that seems weird, but neither here nor there. What I will tell you is weird is if you are not yet watched episode 1 of my series about Charlie Kirk potentially having faked this thing with the assistance of basically everybody whose name has been in this story, you should definitely go check that out. I worked really hard on that video, and part 2 is going to be coming by Thursday at the latest. Okay. So there's so much information coming in after that one. I already had a full episode ready to go, and now so much stuff has come in after I put that initial one out that now there's a lot more work that needs to go into episode 2. I don't even know. We might end up with 4, 5, 6 episodes. I have no idea because there's so much information coming in. But if you are interested and you watch me enough to know I'm not insane. So I promise if I'm putting this together, there's a reason that I am covering it. So go check that out. As long as you're subscribed and you ring the bell, you will definitely get notified when I drop episode 2. And if you don't mind liking this video,
absolutely nothing that I'm saying is alleged right now. And I'm sick of saying allegedly because this is literally a slap in our face. Nothing that I'm saying is alleged right now. Go check that little girl's Instagram page right now. It's still up. It's public information. She's much older now, but her Instagram profile from 10 years ago is still public. Just go to it. Look at all the comments and you'll see the CEO of Turning Point USA up and down her comment section at 25, and this girl was 15 at the time. And if you don't feel like going on Instagram and doing all that, I just made a video about it and they're doing something weird to it. Some people are saying it's glitching. Go look at it. I tried to highlight as many comments that I could from the CEO of Turning Point USA. Go look. And it's crazy to me that if this was a 25-year-old man up and down a 15-year-old girl's comment section, this story would go crazy. This story would headline national news, bruh. But go check. For anybody that think those text messages were fake, this is more evidence for you, more proof. Now, what's crazy to me is that I think that this girl was working for ERIKA. I think that she was in the little modeling agency and she was being groomed, if you know what I mean. And it's interesting as well because in those same comments, the CEO of Turning Point talks about being into heavy political affairs while also working in the entertainment industry. Those two don't go together. If you know what I mean, if you know, you know. Those two are a bad combination. So it only further proves and points to ERIKA, to the CEO of Turning Point, being one of the recruiters for that type of stuff, if you know what I mean. So a few people are saying that I'm looking too deep into Miss Shalami talking to this 15-year-old girl. They're saying it's a beauty pageant mentor. It happens. It's normal. She's just uplifting her girls. Have y'all seen The Sounds of Freedom? Somebody brought to my attention, this sounds just like the beginning of Sounds of Freedom. I saw that movie, and I would encourage y'all to do so. Trigger warning. But what's happening right now with Miss Shalami and this 15-year-old girl, or what happened, that is exactly how the beginning of Sounds of Freedom started. Oh, your child should get into modeling. They're so beautiful. The parents are naive and do so, and their child goes missing. Now, we can get off of that reference if somebody's like, that's way too serious. And let's just talk from a parenting perspective. I wouldn't want any 25-year-old talking to my child that way on Instagram, up and down his or her comments, complimenting her. Especially when you're her boss, mentor, whatever you want to call it. I don't know how that's not weird to some of y'all. To each his own. I feel like it's pretty, you know what I mean? I wouldn't want that for my child. I don't know if it's because the world is so different between 2013, 14, and now, but there's no way in hell I would want my son telling a 25-year-old woman, I love you. And in this situation, it's a girl. If I had a daughter, I don't want her talking to a 25-year-old woman on Instagram saying, I love you, hard eyes. And then the 25-year-old is also right back saying the same stuff. Like, no. The little girl got the white ink tattoo idea from Shalami. Do y'all not see how weird that is? I'm going to just, again, provide my perspective as a parent. Y'all's can be different. But if y'all daughter is in some type of beauty pageant group, whatever, and this 25-year-old woman is texting your daughter at night, communicating with them. I work with teenagers on the daily. I'm not texting nobody at night. And they're boys, basketball players. I'm not texting nobody at night. It's inappropriate. But if y'all have a daughter that's talking to their beauty pageant mentor at night, and then they're also up and down your daughter's comments on Instagram, I'm going to need you to pull your daughter out of that beauty pageant. Okay, for me, for my conscience.
Anyways, welcome back, guys. And if you guys want to get the full video, it is on Candice Onwell's channel. I think it's a 20-minute video. I just clip out the one I feel like is very, very important, and the one I can literally just pull out here, and then other people's opinion as well. And in all of that content, I did my deep research of what happened when a 25 years old is actually testing a 15 years old. What must have gone wrong? What do you think is really, really happening in between? And this is not just me to draw conclusion, but this is just for us to be able to like learn from each other, right? And it says when a 25 years old send texts, depending on the text, love text or any other text to a 15 years old, I don't want to pronounce other things, right? It is serious and inappropriate situation. And here is what it means and can happen. One, it is legally wrong in many countries. In most countries, including Nigeria, a 15 years old is a minor. An adult sending romantic or love or charming or disturbing text message to a minor can be considered child grooming, sexual harassment, exploitation, a criminal offense, etc. These adults can face arrest, charges, and prison if reported. Now, do not get me wrong. I'm not saying that ERIKA KIRK actually sent her all of this sexual blah, blah, blah. But you guys have read, even from the video that I was able to stitch, especially the one from Candice Owens, and credits to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. And that is why I am breaking it down so that we both can understand the parts that we all are coming from. Now, the second one is it is emotionally harmful. A 15 years old is still developing mentally and emotionally. A 15 years old is a 25 years old is an adult with so much more life experience and powerful. Now, this creates power imbalance, manipulation risk, emotional confusion, and possible trauma. Let's talk about the third one, which is it may be grooming. Sometimes adults start with sweet text, love, sexual text messages to get trusted. Later, they may ask for private pictures, try to meet secretly, pressure for sexual things. This is called grooming, and it is very dangerous for a 15 years old. Let's talk about the fourth one, which is what should be done. So that for those ones watching, for parents as well, for those ones that have siblings and they are older, even if it's not just coming from the part of ERIKA KIRK, you should be able to tell your 15 years old, 14 years old, 16 years old, 17 years old what they should expect and what they should not expect, because that is what I do. I groom my baby even till now. She is 15. She will be clocking 16 this February. I tell her every single thing she needs to know. And even when I saw this particular video, went into research, I definitely have to sit her down and talk to her again. Anyways, what should be done? If this is happening, the 15 years old should stop responding. The 15 years old should save the message as evidence. And I feel like a lot of evidence have literally been brought out, just as you guys actually saw in this video, where they were literally explaining in details. Now, tell a trusted adult, which is parents, guardians, or teacher. And I was meant to understand that this said 15 years old was not having a father around. House issue or not house issue, it was just a whole lot that literally happened. Now, the next thing is to report to authorities if necessary. Now, the important note, even if the 15 years old like the person, it is still not appropriate for a 25 years old to be sending text messages. Depending on the text message you want to see it as, depending on the kind of text message you want to classify it as an adult, should date someone or talk to someone or text to someone that is close to their own age, not a child. Now, let's just be sincere. As an adult that I am, if I have some discussions that I needed to do, I need to look for people that are appropriate on my own end. People that I feel they can actually listen to me. People that I feel we are in the same age range, close, east, west, north, and south. And then we can actually have a mature discussion. Now, I am not saying that ERIKA KIRK sending her chiclets, sending her all of those text messages simply means something has went wrong. But within the eyes of the society, we have literally known that there is no smoke without fire. So definitely something have to start from somewhere. And I don't know why I feel like a lot of things have literally not been reviewed. Or this 15 years old then, because now I think they say she's 27, has literally not said a lot of things for us to be able to hold hand. But as far as I'm concerned, that was totally inappropriate. This person actually admire you as an idol. This person admire you as someone that is doing well for herself. I think the conversation or the love or the likeness should have just ended in that admiration. Even if you now have any other thing you want to do for this person, just for the fact that you love this person or you like this person per se, just nothing else attached, you should talk or communicate with this person's parents or guardians, knowing fully well that this person is underage. You should talk to the people that are holding that particular child accountable and say, oh, I like this child and I would really love to be like a godmother to her. I would really love to be like a supporting club to her, and so on and so forth. I don't know, probably this said 15 years old then, which is this Julian, has not really said what transpired, or she has not really, I don't know. But I feel like there's more to this. There's a lot to this. That's why I said if you want to get the full details about every single thing that happened, you can actually check out Candice Owens' YouTube channel or even her TikTok handle, where she literally exposed her fear as well and what must have transpired. Just a whole lot of conspiracy, right? Anyways, but let me know what you think in the comment section. What do you think that a 25 years old should be doing with 15 years old? Do you think it's actually going to be appropriate? Do you think it is good for her to just send her things without the consent of her guardians, her parents, and so on and so forth? And let me put this out clear as well. I am not drawing conclusion, and I'm not saying that, oh, ERIKA KIRK actually did a bad thing with a lady, blah, blah, blah. But it's just a whole lot that is happening right now that we can't just keep quiet or move our eyes away when we see things like this happening in the society. And now why I actually brought this is for a lot of us to be able to learn, to be able to also teach our children, groom our children to understand the society they find themselves and how they can actually manage situations like this. But anyways, let me know what you think. Credits belong to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. And guys, if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Do it, subscribe, like this video, drop in your comments, and lastly, do not forget to share. I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you liking my videos, sharing your thoughts, joining my membership, dropping super thanks. I really do not take you guys for granted. You guys are absolutely the best. And thank you so much for staying sick and hook with me to the end of this video. And yes, with that being said, with no further ado, I do like I always say in my videos, I'm going to be Simba, and I'll see you guys in my next one. For that, bye guys. I love you guys. Mwah.